Hello everyone, this is Freezy here again for another HVA tutorial on our Extinction server features. This time I'll be showing you how the towing and airlifting works on our server. It's a little bit different from most of the servers that I've seen in the past. I don't know if you've used this method or not before, but this will be how we do it. So, what we need to do is we need to, say, find something to tow. And I believe that if I just... Ooh, food. I believe if I look over... Oh, what's that? It looks like a bunch of vehicles that could just be used for towing. How convenient is that? Oh, and a chopper too! Oh, so convenient. Anyway, so let's head down there to the very convenient cars and choppers that have been placed around the place. And, hope no one gets upset that I borrow them to make a tutorial. Anyway, here we are, and these are various different types of vehicles that you will stumble across on our server. Down here you got, you know, shit-kicker motorbikes for, well, motorbiking, I guess. A van that, honestly, even if you find one, you generally just run because, goddamn, they suck. SUV with gun. American SUV? You know, just a Humvee. Get a Jackal, and an APC, wheeled APC. Now, basically, as you can see them lined up here like this, you've got your big one, tiny one, and it basically goes like this. Big ones can carry anything down the scale. So Jackals and Jackals and armored SUVs are probably the most common sort of towing ones, because they will tow pretty much anything like SUVs or even other various ones of these. Vans, cars, motorbikes, ATVs, that kind of shit. And APCs can be towed by, well, APCs. I believe the Jackal can also tow them. We'll test that in a minute. But, yeah, basically APCs can't really be towed by much. They're a little heavy. Alright, so how do you use the towing system? Well, it's quite straightforward. Let's see, we'll, grab us an armored SUV, because they're a nice, decent vehicle to get a hold of in the server. For an all-round sort of thing. They hold a fair bit of stuff, and hey, they got a nice big minigun. Now, let's say we want to tow this bad boy next to us here. What we do is we just drive the car in front of the other vehicle that we want to tow. Ooh, almost hit it, but I didn't. Reflexes, man, reflexes. And then basically, now that you got it set up, it's got to be within 10 meters set up like this. Basically what you do is you come up to the car, use your scroll, and look over here on the left. It's a scroll menu. And don't go to admin menu because you won't have that option. But attach tow will allow me to attach whatever's behind the vehicle that I'm pointing at. So I'm pointing at the armored SUV, and I want to attach the Humvee. The armored SUV is in front of the Humvee, and I just go over here and attach tow. So I'll click that. Oh look, we've been teleported to the back and we are now attaching it via the animation. This animation means he's doing something, and something will happen. And oh, look at that! It has been attached. Another side note, if you are wanting to do this, a lot of the time, see how the driving symbol's popped up because I'm next to the driver's door? A lot of the time it's more reliable to get that option, attach tow, from the driver's door. I don't know why this is. I think it has something to do with the armor being a little bit special, but that is the easiest way to do it. So, now that we've attached it, let's take it for a spin. And as you can see, it is now stuck to my car. Whilst it's on the back like that, it can still take damage from being crashed, being hit, and shot, and all the rest of it. I don't know what happens if the wheels get shut off. Logically, I guess it probably hold you back a little bit, but hey, this is armor. It'll probably do nothing. Anyway, drive around, put it out wherever you want. In this particular case, I'm just going to put it back because, well, you know, I don't want to use it for other things yet. It's going to be my little bitch vehicle. So, we've put it where we want to go, we get out, and it's the exact same thing in reverse. You just come up to the car, and you go detach tow. And he does his little I'm thinking animation. You know, I don't actually know what he's doing there. It looks a little sus, but then looks a bit like a dance. And anyway, it's been detached, and here it is, sitting here nicely. Little side note as well, after you've done towing something, say I towed it from the lovely northeast airfield here, all the way down to, I don't know, let's say, this place, fucking stupid Russian letters. If we towed it all the way there, what I would want to do is get into the one that I've just towed, and just drive it slightly. And then get out. That will write it to the database so that the mission has been updated that the vehicle is now here. Sometimes, if you get there and you don't do that, and you just log out, especially if it's still towed, when you restart, when the server reboots every 6 hours like it does, you will log on and your cars will not be there. Worst case, this one will be back here, where we started the journey from, or they both will be, because you didn't update the database. Anyway, let us move back to our starting position. And I'll show you what happens when you can't tow something. So it's the same method, no matter what you do. If I wanted this to tow this car, I would put it in front, and then I would just attach tow. So simple, isn't it? Alright, so what about these little shits? Well, they don't really tow anything. You come up to them, they've got no option for it in the menu. That is purely because they are too gutless to actually tow something. It's just the way I've set it up on our server. And you can't really tow anything with a motorbike. I mean, it's a motorbike. Look at it, it's not even a very good one. It's covered in crap and mud and shit and, like... I mean, come on, you wouldn't even ride that, let alone tow something. Think, people, think. Alright, so... that's how you tow, and it's the same with all of them. Even the big APCs, you literally just go up to the side of them and attach tow. There it is, right there. Of course, we've got nothing to attach to it right now. Jackal doesn't want to do it. Smart. Oh, there we go. Attach tow. Well, there you go. In this case, don't point at the driver, point at the side. Sometimes you might just need to walk around a little bit to figure it out. But that is how you tow something. The bigger, the better, because you can tow anything underneath it. Alright. Awesome texture glitch there. I guess I'll have to look into that. Let's head over here to the chopper. And same thing with choppers. The bigger choppers can lift the bigger vehicles. So, this particular case I'm using a Black Hawk. It's one of the bigger choppers on the server. One of the better ones is the MI-17 or the Civilian. It can lift almost anything. The Black Hawk has a few things that it can't lift, but it's generally pretty good as well. Little birds and, you know, stuff like that can lift motorbikes and cars, but nothing beyond that. Alright, I'm just gonna throw auto hover on because it's easier. Alright, so whilst you're flying around like this, one thing you can do is use your scroll and see where it says lift HUD on in red. Hit that, and look, you got a little radar. Now, it's telling you what the closest car is up on the top left corner of the radar, and it has a little red indicator as to where it is. It's got a tick next to it saying that we can lift it. And if we use the radar and guide the chopper to be over the top of it, you'll see that in the inner circle there comes with Lift Striker MEV. We just use your middle mouse button or go to the menu, and I'll just drop it for a sec. Now, I get down closer again. Oh, it's not popping up now. Awesome. Alright. Let's try again. We come over here. Ah, there we go. Lift Striker. So you use the scroll menu, or just hit your middle mouse button, click on that, and then voila. We have ourselves, well, a ghost, in the shape of an APC in this case. Now, what do we do with it? Let's take it over that direction. Alright, I'm going to turn auto hover off. Whoa. And there you go, you're flying around with a thing. Now, how to put it in the right place? Well, let's throw auto hover on. Let's just say this is the destination I wanted to go to, because looks like a pretty good destination. Ah, what the hell. Let's go put it back over here on the runway. Oh, nope, I dropped it. And there you go, has a parachute. I should probably explain the parachute. Basically, what the parachute means is that you've dropped it really, really high. In other words, over an altitude of 50. So 50 meters up in the air, and it'll get a parachute so it doesn't break when you drop it. I'm just going to lift this back up. And if I'm under 50 altitude, like I am right now, and I go drop striker, it'll drop it straight to the ground. And it can take damage on this, so don't try and drop them too high. Try to get them as low to the ground as possible before you do drop them. And it's doing its little thing again. So we'll just fly away for a second. And then come back. Come on. You can do it. There we go. We'll lift up the striker again. And I will show you the parachuting. So let's go over here. Oh, and if you want to turn the HUD off, you just go down to lift HUD off. And it's gone away. You can do all of this without needing that on at all. But it's a nice little guide if you need to pick up a few cars within, you know, a few other cars, which I'll show you in a sec. Okay, so we're up here, nice and high, and say where we wanted to airdrop it off over that direction. We wouldn't have auto hover on, we'd be going this direction. Cruising along at our piss-ass little speed, because this chopper can go a lot faster. And we get roughly to where we want it, and we can drop the striker. And there we go, it's now airdropped. It'll swing around a bit and not be perfectly accurate as to where it drops. But hey, you can drop reinforcements to your team now if you want. How fun is that? Anyway, let's go back to our other cars. Alright, that is a problem. Dropping them around buildings. As you saw, it landed half on the hangar and kind of flipped over and then blew up. So be careful when you're dropping them. Airdropping isn't necessarily safe unless it's in the middle of a big field. But hey, you can play around with that feature. If you blow stuff up, well, you know, sucks to be you. Anyway, come back over here. We're going to turn the lift HUD on. Okay, so the closest is now the Betty van. Up, SUV green. Up, armored SUV. And it's now showing us where it is in relation to the chopper over there. So we fly a bit closer. I might just get a little bit more altitude here. And we've got lift SUV. And then we can come over. You got the Humvee. And Jackal. And you get the idea. You can lift them all up and fly them around. How much fun is that? You cannot lift a vehicle if it has another one attached to its towing. It won't let you. And, yeah, basically if you want to know if a chopper can lift or not, just look for the lift HUD on and off option. So, that is it. How to use lifting and towing and all that fun stuff. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Hope this clears up any questions you may or may not have. And keep an eye out for other tutorials about features from our Extinction server. Talk to you next time.